Good morning, America. For our viewers in the West, the country bracing for a weekend scorch.
That extreme heat, more than 100 million Americans from coast to coast are under heat alerts.
Ginger starts us off on the dangerous temperatures and the air quality alerts in parts of the country. Ginger, good morning.
Hey, good morning. Here in New York City, we had our first official 90 of the season. And while that was about 3.5 weeks behind average, look at this shot from New York City. Now that we've broken the seal of 90 degrees from WABC, we see from the helicopter there, it's hazy, hot, and humid. We should stay above 90 throughout the weekend, which would be then our first official heat wave. Speaking of heat waves, Philadelphia knows something about that. They have been well above 90 degrees for a longest stretch in more than 30 years once it's all said and done. And it's been really far north and it's lasted a long time. Look at Manchester, New Hampshire. They broke a record at 99 before the storms yesterday. Hartford, Connecticut was 98. Now, that same high pressure system is going to stay in place and actually backtrack. So it's going to retrograde a bit. And you can see where that heat dome kind of focuses today. The excessive heat watches are up for Washington, D.C. and Baltimore, mostly through the weekend where we'll see records. And the air quality alerts, you put this top on the pot, you trap all the air and all the pollution, and you're going to have ozone, low-level ozone. That's really bad for people that are super sensitive. And back, Michael, all the way to the deep south.
All right, Ginger, thank you so much for that. Pay attention to those alerts. And the heat is also impacting Amtrak. Erielle Reshef at that Penn Station here in New York with an update after significant delays. Erielle, good morning.
Hey, good morning to you, Michael. Those ripple effects being felt all along the Northeast when it comes to rail service this morning. Amtrak saying that it has been forced to cancel or significantly delay some key routes in and out of Penn Station today because of that extreme heat. And this comes after a massive power failure yesterday caused the shutdown of the route between New Haven, Connecticut and Philadelphia. That service has largely been restored, but you should expect some significant delays. And these scorching temperatures also forcing the D.C. Metro to slow their trains down to 35 miles an hour out of fears that the rails could actually expand. There is a bit of good news this morning so far. Air travel has been uninterrupted. But if you are traveling by car, even if it's a short distance, AAA recommends take an emergency bag with you that has some drinking water, that has a flashlight, also your your phone charger, and you want to have some vital essentials like jumper cables and flares. And remember, this extreme heat kills more car batteries than extreme cold, so you want to be prepared. Whit.
Yes, those essentials are critical. Erielle, thank you. Now to the scare on a Southwest plane as it was landing in Oklahoma City. The jet dropping to just over 500 feet from the ground while it was still miles away from the airport. Stephanie Ramos has the details. Stephanie, good morning.
Wait, good morning. The FAA is investigating after that Southwest Airlines plane descended to a dangerously low altitude as it approached an airport in Oklahoma. An automated warning alerting those traffic control operators. This morning, the FAA is investigating after a Southwest Airlines plane dropped to roughly 525 feet before making it to the runway. This image shows the plane when it climbs back into the sky after coming dangerously close with a residential neighborhood.
For some reason, they blew through an assigned altitude and continued and got very close to the ground.
The Boeing 737 making its approach into the Oklahoma City airport just after midnight Wednesday. The plane passing just over a high school about 9 miles from the airport. A low altitude alarm alerted air traffic control, which contacted the cockpit.
4069, low altitude alert. You good out there?
The air traffic controller in the tower saved the day by telling them, check your altitude.
The plane landing a few minutes later.
They were descending over the prairie, so there was no lights, there were no visual reference. It was essentially descending over a black hole. So they were looking out at the lights of Oklahoma City, looking for the airport. And for some reason, they missed that assigned altitude.
This comes just days after we learned of another Southwest plane from Hawaii that came within just 400 feet of crashing into the ocean back in April. A memo revealing a newer first officer accidentally pushed forward the control column.
Southwest 2786, affirmative, moderate to extreme precipitation, 11 o'clock to 10 miles.
In a statement, Southwest says it is in contact with the FAA to understand and address any irregularities with that aircraft that made that approach to the airport in Oklahoma. Rebecca.
All right, and let's hope they get those answers soon. Stephanie, thank you. We turn now to the race for the White House. The first debate between President Biden and Donald Trump is just 6 days away, and Rachel Scott has the latest on how the two men are preparing for this critical showdown. Good morning, Rachel.
Hey, Rebecca, good morning to you. Yeah, believe it or not, the debate is less than a week away. And this morning, President Biden is huddled with his top advisors at Camp David, preparing to face off against Donald Trump. We were told that his former chief of staff, Ron Klain, is leading these debate preps. And we are told the president is preparing to hold 90-minute mock debates. Now, that, of course, is a sharp contrast to how his rival is preparing. We were told there would be no traditional debate prep for Donald Trump. No mock debates, no rehearsed attack lines or pivot points. Instead, the former president has held more than a dozen policy discussions with current and former advisors, including some top congressional allies like Senators J.D. Vance and Marco Rubio. Both of them are on a short list to be his possible running mate, and we're told they've also been invited to Atlanta for a debate night watch party. Now, we're also told that the former president is preparing how he would respond to questions on a range of issues, including abortion or his pledge to pardon the January 6 rioters or even his legal troubles. But both sides really trying to set some expectations here. After months of questioning President Biden's mental fitness, Donald Trump now calling the president a worthy debater. And then on the other side of this, you have some Biden advisors who believe that Trump could be more disciplined on the debate stage this time around, Rebecca.
And speaking of expectations, Rachel, this is just going to look and feel very different from traditional debates.
Yes, Rebecca, and especially for the candidates, because there will be no live studio audience, no staff interactions once they get on the debate stage. You remember those past debates that have turned into shouting matches between President Biden and former President Donald Trump? Well, this time around, the candidates' microphones will only be turned on when it is their turn to speak. President Biden won the coin toss, so he chose the podium that will appear on the right side of the television screen. And the former president chose to deliver the closing statements, which means he'll have the final word in this debate. Rebecca.
Anything but normal times. All right, Rachel Scott, thank you.
Vessels from China and the Philippines clashing in a dispute over a key waterway that has the potential of drawing in the U.S. Foreign correspondent Britt Clennett is tracking the latest for us. Britt, good morning.
Good morning, Whit. Yeah, the Pentagon called the Chinese Coast Guard's behavior irresponsible and reckless after the latest flare-up in the South China Sea, where several countries stake claim to strategically important and resource-rich waterways. This morning, dramatic video of clashes in the fiercely disputed South China Sea. Chinese Coast Guard personnel brandishing long knives and machetes, swarming Philippine vessels on a resupply mission, ramming the boats and jumping on board, taking bags from decks. One Chinese Coast Guard is seen stabbing a hole in an inflatable dinghy. Philippine officials say one of their soldiers was seriously injured, losing a thumb. The Philippines now accusing China of piracy. China, which lays claim to most of the South China Sea, despite a Hague ruling against those claims, says the boats had entered the waters illegally and that its Coast Guard were professional and restrained. Monday's incident, the latest in a string of confrontations as both countries compete for control over the second Thomas Shoal, where the Philippines grounded a warship. In March, the Philippines accusing China of carrying out dangerous maneuvers that led to a collision. The State Department calling the clashes the latest in a series of PRC provocations. The Pentagon saying the U.S. will continue to stand by its ally.
We're going to continue to call out this kind of irresponsible and reckless behavior when we see it.
Now, we're told the administration is watching events in the South China Sea very carefully. The U.S. has a mutual defense treaty with the Philippines, so any further escalation could trigger a response from the U.S. military. Rebecca?
Which would have a significant impact. All right, Britt, thank you. We turn now to one of the Americans arrested in Turks and Caicos after bullets were found in his luggage. Ryan Watson, an Oklahoma father of two, is just moments away from learning his fate, and he spoke exclusively to ABC News. Eva Pilgrim is here with more. Good morning, Eva.
Good morning, Rebecca. Ryan Watson desperately wants to go home to his family. He is hesitantly hopeful this morning. Other tourists who face similar charges have been allowed to go home, and very soon he will find out if he will join that list.
I'm extremely anxious nervous.
In just hours, this Oklahoma father of two set to appear before a judge for a high-stakes sentencing in Turks and Caicos. Ryan Watson facing the potential of 12 years behind bars after he says he unknowingly brought ammunition into the island country. He and his wife speaking exclusively to ABC News.
The kids and I have been missing him like crazy, and we're ready for him to come back home to us.
Ryan and Valerie were returning from a family vacation in April with their 2 young children when 4 bullets were found in a Ziploc bag in Ryan's carry-on. The offense was once a 12-year mandatory sentence, but just last week, a new amendment to the law passed giving the judge discretion to impose either a custodial sentence, a fine, or both.
You know, there's times where I feel extremely hopeful, you know, especially with the new amendment that went through. And there's times where I get really nervous.
Ryan, one of 5 Americans arrested recently when ammunition was found in their bag. 2 others, Brian Hagerich and Tyler Wenrick, were just released. Ryan and Valerie hopeful he too will be released and allowed to go home.
Go home and hug those babies. I just want to help them get back to normal life for a moment. I missed out on a lot. I missed out on the entire baseball season. I've missed out on, you know, Ellie's first dance lessons.
I cannot wait for those kids to get to hug their daddy and just be a family again in our home with our friends and our family.
As you can imagine, it's been really hard on that family. The Watsons tell us they have really leaned into their faith to get through this, even giving back to the local Turks and Caicos community, dropping off Bibles on Friday. They say it's their way of giving back and giving thanks. Michael.
All right, Eva, so many lessons have been learned through what everybody who's done that has gone through. So thank you for that. We're going to turn now to a special night in baseball. A major league game was played at the oldest professional field in the country for the first time in honor of the Negro Leagues. It's also where Willie Mays played his home games before he broke into the majors. Our Will Reeve is here with more. Good morning, Will.
Good morning, Michael. Good morning, all. Willie Mays began his professional career at Rickwood Field as a teenager. Thursday night's game was always going to be about Mays, but the tribute to him and to the Negro Leagues was made all the more poignant when he died just days before. From first pitch until the final out, it was a night to remember.
Overnight, honoring Willie Mays where it all began. In a tribute to the Negro Leagues, Major League Baseball playing a regular season game at historic Rickwood Field for the first time. The St. Louis Cardinals facing Mays' San Francisco Giants.
On this night, in this stadium, we honor the memory of Willie Mays.
The game and the tribute made all the more significant upon the news of Mays' death Tuesday at the age of 93.
If there's any way on earth my father could come down here, that he would.
Mays, a Negro League star and one of the first players to integrate Major League Baseball on his way to a singular Hall of Fame career, was previously scheduled to be honored at Thursday night's game, but saying in a statement the day before he died he would not be able to attend, that his heart would be with all of you who are honoring the Negro League ballplayers. It'll be a special day. Wearing special Negro Leagues uniforms, the Cardinals and Giants put on a show.
Here's a high drive to deep right field, and Brendan Donovan.
Alabama native Brendan Donovan with a 2-run home run, leading the Cardinals to victory.
And in that statement Mays gave to the San Francisco Chronicle the day before his death, he said, quote, "Rickwood Field is where I played my first home game, and playing there was it, everything I wanted." In his career, Mays gave baseball fans everything they wanted and more. A fitting tribute at the perfect location last night.
Yeah. And as you read you Jackson's comments, I saw what he said about his experiences, and I mean, it really struck me about the significance of all of this. So thank you so much for that, Will.